one of the biggest mistakes people generally make, and I'm guilty of it too, is wishful thinking. You know, like you want something to be true, even if it isn't true. And so you ignore the things that, you ignore the real truth because of what you want to be true. This is a very difficult trap to avoid. And like I said, it's certainly one that I find myself in having problems with.
As Feynman himself said, the first principle is that you must not fool yourself, and you are the easiest person to fool.
Humans are imperfect beings. Each one of us is flawed in a diverse number of ways. We make countless mistakes, are unsuccessful in many of our endeavors, and are victims of numerous bad habits. Yet despite all this, we have a basic need to think well of ourselves. We want to believe that we are good people and that the path in life we have chosen is a noble one. The easiest way to reconcile our need for a positive self-image with the existence of our many flaws and shortcomings is through hiding our defects, both from ourselves as well as others. In this pursuit, we are often far more successful in deceiving ourselves than we are at hiding our flaws from those close to us.
Solicit critical feedback, particularly from friends. Like friends, particularly friends, if somebody loves you, they want the best for you. They don't want to tell you the bad things. So you have to ask them, you know, and say, really, I really do want to know. and then they'll tell you.
Now, the Black Swan is a metaphor for the unknown and the unexpected. I mean, in the old world, the theory was that all swans were white. So each instance of a white swan would make you think, yeah, that theory's pretty good. But the point is, you can never prove a theory true. And in fact, when people found Australia, they realized that there were black swans. That is what's so important about the scientific method. We set out to disprove our theories. And it's when we can't disprove them that we say, this must be getting at something really true about our reality. So I think we should do that in all aspects of our lives. If you think that something is true, you should try as hard as you can to disprove it. Only then can you really get at the truth and not fool yourself.
I don't worry about things I don't understand. I mean, I think it was Tom Watson Sr. said, I'm a genius, but I'm smart in spots and I stay around those spots. Right. There's a lot to that. And knowing your circle of competence is where that perimeter is enormously important. There's all kinds of things I can't do. And there's plenty of companies I can't analyze, but I don't have to worry about that.
Part of our secret is that we don't attempt to know a lot of things. I have a pile on my desk that solves most of my problems. It's called the too hard pile. And I just keep shifting things to the too hard pile. And every once in a while, an easy decision comes along and I make it. That's my system. Everything was the too hard pile, except for a few easy decisions which I make promptly. We're just trying to have that uncommon sense I'm talking about. And part of our uncommon sense is just to refer a lot of stuff to the too hard pile. If humility means that you know the edge of your own competency, yes, and you aren't arrogantly stepping over the boundary, I'm very good at that. But within my area of competency, my best friend would not adore me for my humility.
Yeah, well, I'd redefine humility as knowing what you don't know.
Yes, well, both Warren and I are very good at that. One of these guys at the Berkshire meeting from one of the foreign publications said, why do a couple of guys in a little place in Omaha do so much better than all these powerful minds in great institutions? And I said, well, I think Warren and I know the edge of our competency better than other people do. And that's humility in the Tumbrello sense, and that is a very important thing to know. I say over and over again, it's not a competency if you don't know the edge of it. you are a disaster if you don't know the edge of your own competency. Warren frequently says, I'd rather deal with a guy with an IQ of 130 who thinks it's 125 than a guy with an IQ of 180 that thinks it's 200. That second guy will kill you. And so it is very important to know the edge of your own competency.